Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with Taja Clarke, and Taja, I think we've known each other for quite a few years now, it feels like, right? Yeah, she's been around and she is doing amazing and thriving in her business, and it's called Down and Out Consulting. What's that all about? Well, you're going to find out. Taja Clarke is her name. She's from the Bronx, and she's here as a coach, as a mentor to help you in so many different areas of your life. So I'll let her do the speaking. Tell us exactly what you do, darling.
Well, I essentially just help people through their problems. You give me a problem, I help you understand how you can get to your next level and just kind of encourage you to actually take the steps to build it. It's all about someone who realizes that they're not exactly where they want to be. They're down and out and they want to do better. They want to have a happier life. They want to have a healthier, let's say, mindset. And we kind of help them plan and get to that actual point. And so it's just kind of all about hitting your low and trying to get your momentum back.
Yay! And the work you've been doing this for quite some time now, right? So how long have you been doing this for?
It's been about 3 years. The only
Good.
thing is it's been very philanthropic for the most part. It's just been kind of me learning skills, learning from people what they like, what they don't like, and just kind of building my skill and my momentum through that. But I'm
Yeah.
a commercial going forward, but that's
All
where
right. All right. What aspects of your work would you like to bring upon us today?
so today I'm just kind of honing on the lesson of just resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Just lately I've been going through a lot of stuff in my own personal life that I've been helping my clients kind of go through on their own. It's a matter of like when life tests you, whenever you're at that point where it's just like I might just call it right now. It's like usually right around the corner is a miracle, something that has to happen for you to get to your point. People usually give up prior to that. My message is kind of just being resilient, just even on your worst days, just show up and give all you've got, even if it's 2% or 5, just to show up and continue that momentum. Because when you least expect it, it will come back to you. That's kind of what
Yeah.
I've been teaching most recently, just through my own personal life, just trying new things, having redirection, because sometimes you think that it will look a certain way when you reach a certain point. It's supposed to look like you're supposed to have this happy house, this fence, this dog, this nice job, and it might not look the exact way you think it does. So until you have that view, you won't even realize that you already had all you needed the whole time. You just had to kind of change your perspective a little bit.
Yeah, we are kind of always like stuck. I think a lot of us get stuck in our own funk, in our own mood, in our own things, and it's just so hard to get out of. How do
Yeah.
you unstick us, Taja?
Well, through my own personal alignment, I recently learned that confidence is the biggest thing because I thought previously you have to have confidence in yourself or you don't have confidence prior. And I recently met someone who broke it down to me like you have confidence in something, it's just that you have more confidence in you failing than you actually reaching your goal. But you always have the confidence. It's how you kind of approach it and set it up for yourself. So since then, I've just kind of been shifting my mindset a bit putting faith into me accomplishing my goals, putting faith into me knowing when to stop, when to move forward, when to maneuver. And I think that's been like the biggest shift for me. So I've been
Yeah.
showing my clients about the same thing. I'm like, well, you're not lost. You just know exactly where you want to go. If you have an idea of what it looks like, even the smallest thing, you're happy. What does that mean to you? What makes you feel happy? Is it like, well, I want this job. I'm like, what does the job look like? It has a lot of money. So you're chasing security, not happiness. A little bit of a difference there. But yeah.
Mm. Well, what's been going on in your life? Do you want to discuss anything about that? I don't want to.
Well, it's just kind of me just learning to build confidence back into myself. In my own personal life, I've been trying to pass certifications for the past few years. I've taken the
Okay.
same one for my role for about 3 times now, and I failed at a margin of 15 to 50 points. And it's been shaking my confidence because I'm usually the test taker. I'm like the A+ student, the type A. So I'm like, how can I not pass this test? And after a while, it kind of shook my confidence in myself. So I've just kind of learned to just kind of redirect that and study more. Like whatever things that throw me off to embrace it and not run away. Don't let it like build up a little wall inside of me to put on my lack of faith in myself.
Well, teach us. What are some of the things that we can benefit from? What have have you that you've learned? Could you pass it on?
Being because sometimes it's not the test, it's what it represents to you.
Okay.
Because for me, the certification represented career growth to me. It meant progression. It meant more money coming into my life. And for me, because I felt like I couldn't pass the test, it felt like I didn't deserve that reality for myself. So I built on what it meant to me versus what the actual situation was. So when I focused on it's just a test, test. If you break it down into categories, you don't learn, you can practice it. the things that you don't understand, you can research it more. You can look at videos, ask your coworkers. Once I reframed it from you don't deserve it or it's not meant for you to it's literally a test. How do you like approach tests? What worked for you before? That shift helped me kind of get my confidence back in myself because it wasn't a me thing. It was a matter of not having the right resources to pass the test the right way. I think that shift is what was fundamental to me because I went from it being a literal situation to what it meant to me, what it represented for me.
Yeah. All right. And a lot of the things that you're working on personally, I know you help with your clients. And do you, I mean, as a coach, again, you work with people's finances, right?
I help.
Um, Goals, what type of goals, what type of things in particular?
It depends on the person. So I know for someone we worked on being happy, their goal was to feel good about themselves. And they
Okay.
couldn't describe to me, and it was always, well, I want this job, I want that car. And I'm like, why? Because it feels good. Why? And you're like, I asked about the five whys, just to
Mm-hmm.
kind of why deeper. What does it mean to you? Why do you feel that way? And it turns out a lot of their views weren't their own beliefs. It was just they thought they were supposed to have this idea of what it's supposed to look like. And when we got down to the core of it, their actual happiness was just a matter of feeling. They wanted to have the freedom to call out when they wanted to be able
Yeah.
to not have to choose between stuff at the grocery store, to just
Mm-hmm.
wake up and not feel stressed out when they have to clock in. And I'm like, that's what happiness means to you. You're looking for a certain environment around people and just your work. You want freedom. Once we finally got to the point, we got that done. I help people with their finances. I help them kind of go from paycheck to building a way out of it, where they have a little portion that's sent for themselves. So they just buy anything that makes them happy. It could be coffee, it could be a ticket, a sneaker if they save up long enough, but just to kind of make them realize it's not just living just to pay bills. You have to also make a way to get out of it, you know? And then I've helped people with their weight loss, kind of helping them figure out why they're having blockers. What's the issue? I don't give dietary recommendation. It's just a matter of like, from your mindset, how can we get you more consistent? What's blocking you? Why do you feel like you can't get it done? Because you've done the work for about a month. Right when you're about to see results, you stop. And they're like, well, because I don't know what to expect. And I'm like, I get the fear of not knowing what's gonna happen, but at the same time, because you know what happens and you don't like it, that should be enough to move you forward. But it depends on what they bring to me and kind of how it's presented. It's unique for even the same thing. Like one person's finance situation could be about scarcity, while the other could be about just not feel like they deserve anything better. But I help around these facets of things for different people.
Yeah. Well, what about mental health these days? I feel like there's so much to be said for mental health and even employers. You know, a lot of people, you need mental health breaks, but some people still, I don't think, give enough credit to the fact that we all need a break. And even in the workplace, mental health, I know, it's a big term. Everyone uses it. Everyone is, I think, talking more about it, which is a good thing that we need to work on our mental health. But how have you seen a lot of employers changing this? Have you seen a lot of people changing mental health to benefit themselves and helping themselves?
Well, I believe a lot of employers have the benefits for mental health. I don't think a lot of employees are actually taking it to them. Like there is this giant stigma for a lot of people in my personal lives. When I mention mental health, they think about, oh, this is like a little joke. I'm having a bad day. It's not that serious. And I'm like, yes, it is. That's how stuff builds up. There's depression, little things that build up over time to make it so bad it's unmanageable for you by yourself. But they only see mental health or therapy as whenever there's a big thing, like let's say you got diagnosed with cancer, God forbid, or something like that. They only see like major moments as a reason to go into therapy. They see it as a weakness. And I'm like, it's literally a preventative process to help you before that it gets that big. But I think a lot of people aren't actually using it for its purpose. They think they have to be broken or not be complete. And you can be whole and still be in therapy. That's a valid thing. It's a literal same as how you go to the gym to maintain your physical health. You go to therapy to maintain your mental health. It's a very big part because your body will follow what your mind does. So it's kind of backwards to think you have to maintain your body, but not your health. But I think
Yeah.
people aren't actually using it to their benefit. They feel a lot of shame of admitting that they need help, but they're not fully where they want to be.
Yeah. Well, I also I just got my kids are 9 and 11. They just started counseling, which I think is a good thing. They're young, but I feel like everyone could benefit from some type of mental health, and mom needs it too. I started with the two of them, and now I need to do my own separate counseling, right? But then I'm like, wait, I don't even have time. I'm like, I don't have time for the counseling. It's like, and then you put yourself last again. It's just like a cyclical cycle of stuff that goes on. But let's talk about some of the other things that you work on with besides mental health. I think we talked in the past about um, uh, financial. What other career things do you do, if you don't mind?
Well, the biggest thing is just like imposter syndrome because I do help with careers every now and then, but it's mainly like even outside of work, it's always like the lack of belief in oneself, the lack of support around them, and just the pressure to feel like they're supposed to be whole and complete and know all the answers all the time. They all fall into these like little themes of imposter syndrome, lack of faith, and lack of support. So those are the main things I've seen across a lot of different people. Like I've met people who have master degrees. They're having these high level jobs, and it's like, I don't belong here. And you're like, what do you literally have the role? What do you mean you don't belong here? Like I just got it. No, you earned it. You learned the stuff, you did your work, and you earned the right to have that role in a sense. But it's a very common theme I'm seeing, especially around women, which really bothers me because I want us to be great and just like go to the top and have the full confidence, but it's just like a lot of it feels like they doubt themselves in the roles because I think a lot of it is male focused, male centered. So it's very hard to kind of believe that you deserve to be there once you do hit the top because you don't see a lot of peers that look just like you.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Mm. Well, I've been doing this as a host for many years, getting to talk to people, getting to know them, what makes them tick, what makes them not tick, what are they working on. But you, if I recall, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while. You also are you still going to school? Are you still? And I forgot your other job as well because this is not full time for you, right?
No, I work in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity, that's it. And then you were doing some training for something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm also doing certification to try and get my credentials to match my experience. So I have the experience and the certifications. And I'm potentially going back to school as well in the fall. So that should be a fun thing to manage all three.
You are where?
Well, I haven't been accepted yet, but I'm going back to
Okay.
my alma mater for Baru.
Awesome.
We'll see.
No, that's awesome. That's good to know. And I mean, what drives you? What are some pointers for motivation today to help us with the mental health aspect?
Security. I've learned that while helping people through helping them feel better about themselves and their lives is impactful, I know that you have to have a certain amount of power and status as well to do long-term help. Like, for example, I have people who they're having financial situations where they can't get out of it, and I can help encourage them, but that's not going to change the weight off their back. My goal is to get big enough in life where I can help people. I can do scholarships, I can start coaching programs, I can help give information out for free so I can help a broader set of people. But for me to get there, I have to work on myself and make myself more of an asset to them. But
Yeah.
trying to back the power behind just the word. So it's not just words coming at you. There's also so like here's some support, here's a program, here's someone to talk to, here's a resource for you. But that's my end goal right there.
Mm. And you have any plans for the summer? What's happening with the summer?
Hopefully going back to school. That's the main thing for me. Very
Yeah.
excited. Just kind of like that's my specialty. I love learning things. It's always exciting for me to always like be relevant, know what's going on. How does this work? How does that apply? And how do they work with each other? That's always been like the most fun for me and to make myself like more knowledgeable. That's always my main thing. I'm not really like the party person. I want to read books, be at home and study and learn this and that and the third. But that's my main goal for the summer. Just get back to
Oh.
school.
Yeah. And with Down and Out Consulting, you're doing this though. This is virtually and in person. You're in the Bronx, right?
Yeah, it's virtually for the most part to make it more accessible and easier to talk with people. Yeah.
And what would you say, like, your coaching process is to work with someone? Because there's so many people out there who are coaches nowadays. So people all have a different techniques, different backgrounds, different upbringing. What would you say really kind of, is your niche in a sense?
I think my niche is because I tend to stand out. I'm very orthodox in a lot of ways. A lot
Personable.
of coaches would try to sell you or convince you of how you need them, but
Yeah.
I feel like people don't really need, they have all they need themselves. I just kind of point you in the right direction. I give you the right words or just kind of hit the right spots, but it's mainly on you. I think also just because I have the initial conversation with you, that's just free of charge. We just talk and we figure stuff out. We see if we're compatible with the coach. I think that's what separates me from a lot of peers, or it's just, well, for you to learn anything from me, you have to pay this first. I don't believe that's I feel like it's unethical in my own words because I feel like I want to make an impact on the person themselves. I do believe you should get paid for the work that you do, but I want to make sure it's the right sale for both of us, not just for me to get ahead of you. Might not get what you need. Okay, we sign a contract. Well, you're done. I don't believe in that. So
Mm. Well, I want to be cheered up. What would you say to someone who's overwhelmed, very overwhelmed, had a car accident, had a flood in the house, kids and I are still sleeping on couches, the house is in disarray, we can't get stuff done, like there's not enough time in the day? Advice?
Honestly, I think just take it one day at a time. Honestly, I think because you're okay for the most part, your family's okay. That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You got.
It might not
Okay.
look the exact way you want it to, but it's you know, it's just one day at a time. It won't be perfect tomorrow. You just kind of build that back up. One day you go from the couches back to the house, and all of that is just one day at a time. Just ease through it and just give yourself grace because that's a lot. And to be the mom and to you have the face of like just oh we're okay, try to be the parent and cover it all up and absorb all the stuff. It's a lot of pressure, so just kind of give yourself grace and just take it one day at a time. Before you know it, you're back in your house like in your jammy singing the songs and dancing before bed. You just gotta
Yeah.
get there, just make it through one day at a time.
I need a full-time live-in babysitter. That's not going to happen though anytime.
Yeah, I mean they're growing up. At some point they're gonna be so independent you wish they're gonna give you so much like stuff to do where it's like come check in with me, come talk to me, don't just go upstairs. But
Oh, they're all downstairs. That's the problem. We come in, there's the kitchen. Oh, there's the living room. That's where we're all living for like 4 or 5 months now. So it's like, oh my God, it's constant overwhelm. I can't get rid of them. There's no going to your room, go this, go that. Oh, it's all in the house. And I wish I could afford like summer camp. Like I don't know how people do this, but they put their kids in summer camp, like let alone the ones that go away. Like I'm like, I would love to send my kid to camp for 2 months on a bus, out of sight, out of mind. Could you imagine? I didn't grow up that way. I don't know if you did, but I'm just like, okay, that'd be a nice break, but it's not realistic. You got to work with
yeah,
what you have, right?
you can also leverage the parks. Kids love parks, so you can also do museums. I know a lot of them have a lot of free programs in the summertime. I think you can pay as you want to, or they're free, where you can just have them go learn about historical stuff. It's a nice distraction from the current situation.
Well, they do want to go to the night at the museum. I got to make the trip to the city one day because they just saw they're at 9/11, but they only saw that movie recently, and they love it. And they were there when they were little, but they don't remember. So that is a good idea. Doesn't have to be like an expensive, like I have to take them away to Great Wolf Lodge or something. It could be little trips like that. Yeah.
Just, yeah, just make it fun. Or if you go to the grocery store, give them a list. Whoever finds it first gets this or that. There's just little stuff like that. Or
They
you
came to
can
the
make both.
grocery store with me last week. It's so funny you said that. They haven't done that in the longest time, and they had so much fun. And I'm like, this is why you should come more often. Plus, it's helpful and it's cute to give them the list to walk around or even write the list, right? Yes, yes.
It's a fun little thing. I've seen some parents, they do this thing when they're shopping because sometimes it gets a little too much. They'll give them a little stipend, like you have $20. You have to get all the stuff you want. And like when you hit it, I can't give you any more. And they learn like discipline over money. They learn how to budget, what's
Yeah.
important over time. They become,
But my son would just have candy and potato chips,
I
and
want,
I'd be yell at him, no vegetables.
yeah, yeah. But there's little things you could do to make it fun, or you could like build forts inside the house with the sheets. I know a lot of kids like the separation, and even though it's not exactly your room, it can be like a little privacy thing as well that could help, just like a little change of perspective. But just gotta be creative with it.
Yeah. All right. Good tips. Good tips. What about you? What else? I I feel bad. I'm just sitting here like hanging out, like, and I'm like, okay, what do you want to talk about? I hate asking, but this is your show. This is your platform, so
Fine, I'm pretty
don't worry about me.
unorthodox. I just kind of go with the flow. But for me, it's been a lot of changes. And I've had a different shift in my role. My team has been absorbed by someone else, so it's like learning different people. I've been recently married, so I'm kind of adjusting to like what it means.
Congratulations. Tell us. Tell us.
Thank you. As of April, we're officially now married after almost like 10 years together. But
Aw, that's awesome. How
yeah,
was? It's got to be a change. You've been together for a long time, though. So does marriage? How does marriage change things? Because I'm not married either. I'm just curious.
it feels the same, but it's like I don't know how to explain. Like we had the loyalty and the communication prior, but it feels like a little bit stronger now that it's like we're legally backed in a sense. It feels like it's now me and him versus the world versus just me featuring him in the world. It feels more permanent in a sense. Not that it's guaranteed because divorce is there, but it feels a lot more like secure to me than before. Like we made this big commitment. You're not tied to me. I'm tied to you. Everyone sees us as this one union now, and it's like we're just formation together. But it does feel a bit more secure, but I'm having a hard time explaining exactly the difference because it's very similar to how we fought before. It's just it feels more like me and him versus the world versus before.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, let me ask, you, as a woman, right? Let me ask you the dynamics, right? Because now, do you want a family? Do you not? Do you have kids? I don't think you have kids, right?
Yeah, not yet.
How
We
old?
do want a family,
Oh,
but
that's
we're
what you
going.
did. I'm like, wait. I'm like, ah,
No, no, I'm very old school. I'm very into just kind of like having that gathering prior to having kids, just because I feel like it's more of like a commitment. I want my husband to be the father of my kids. Legally,
yeah.
to me, you're stuck with them. That's exactly what I want. But we're planning on having kids that are more secure. Like we want to have more fun, just traveling a bit more. And then when we have the money and the mentality for it, because kids require a lot of patience. I'm not sure if I'm as patient as I want to be when I have kids. So I want to be
Hmm.
like grown at that point and then just bring them here. But
Yeah.
all news, you know?
Oh my gosh. Well, also, with your work, and how, I guess, how grueling it will be, you will be, oh yeah, wait to have kids. Either do it early, really young, or do it really late. That's my advice. And I'm no professional. But yeah, yeah, I did it. I did it at 35. So I started a little late. I think that's late nowadays, right? I don't know what's better. Everyone says there's bigger problems, bigger whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Later or earlier?
I'm very into later, quite honestly. I feel like earlier, a lot of people like they do it because I feel like they're supposed to. Like I got a lot
Yeah.
of kids like I'm still in school. Like, where are your kids?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what do you mean? Like, I want to have a kid when I feel ready, like despite the age, so I can properly be the mom I think they deserve to be calm and just I don't know, be calm, like be patient enough to let them be kids. I know a lot of parents, whenever kids have emotions, they're very explosive. They bring out a lot of traumas in themselves, but that's a natural thing. But I want to be like in a place where I can know how to stop most of the times or sometimes.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, let's talk about, how do we contact you, reach you, set up an appointment, and how flexible you are.
Well, you can reach me. I'm very active on Instagram. I have a TikTok and Facebook. It's the same thing, consults_anonymous. You can reach me at downtheloutinfo@gmail.com, and you can reach me at downthelout.com. I now have a website that's still being set up, but those are the best ways to find me. I'm pretty responsive. At some point, if you reach out to me today, I might reach out tomorrow or the following Monday if it's a weekend, but very flexible. It's very virtual. We can set up with a phone call if that's easier. We can do video. I'm not gonna fight you to turn your camera on because I don't like having my camera on either. It depends on kind of what makes it comfortable and we go from there. But you
I
can
love it.
reach me.
Some people want to chill, be comfortable. I get it. I get it. Well, thank you, Taja. Always a pleasure, and hopefully we'll connect again soon. And in the meantime, best of luck with this whole you like marriage thing. You're like, it's old. I've been married. I've been together forever. But no, that's exciting news. That's like, wow. Good luck with getting into the school that you want to.
Fingers crossed.
And yeah, hopefully we'll connect again. Okay.
All right, thank you. And hopefully when we meet, you're like in a more stable, calmer place. And fingers crossed, I'll send you some good vibes, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Really. Thank you, Tasha. Enjoy the rest of your day, sweetie. Bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.